I'm Lee Bodette, your host of Sport Car USA. We're on the road this weekend at the Adirondack Car Show in beautiful Lake George, New York. The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day for a car show. This is actually day number 2. Day number 1 was yesterday with mostly vendors setting up like we did here at Sport Car USA. We've got all our garb, if you will. The calendar, which is right here. I want to show it to you. This is a picture from last year's car show here in Lake George, and we're giving these away absolutely free. We also have free t-shirts, we have free water with koozies, and a whole lot more. The cars are starting to roll in. It's going to be a big couple of days here remaining. Today and tomorrow are the largest amount of spectators that you'll see here at the Adirondack Car Show. It's going to be great. We hope that you will stop in and see us. Everything wraps up around noontime on Sunday. So again, a couple big days coming up here. Hope you can come see us at the Adirondack Car Show in beautiful Lake George. I'm Lee Bodette from Sport Car USA. Okay, tell us your first name and where you're from.
Jerica Manning. We're from Morris, New York.
Philip Perry.
Phil and Jerica. Jerica and Phil, love the name. Actually, absolutely love it. So right next week we have, I'm a little colorblind, but I know that's orange, right?
For sure, Hugger Orange.
Tell us all about this mean-looking vehicle.
Well, it's a Dart Block 540, 1071 blower. It's got a set of 850 carbs on it. Motor was built by RPM Racing over in Georgia, Vermont. Blower is obviously by the blower shop. Be Cool radiator. It's got a Turbo 400 built by ATI Performance and a 4.9-inch in the back.
Did you do a lot of the work yourself?
A lot of the motivation.
Yeah, that's why. You need that for a vehicle like this, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what else can you tell us about it? Where'd the car come from?
The car was originally built in Hamburg, New York by a gentleman who's passed away. It went through a couple different hands and ended up in Vermont from a gentleman, veteran, Purple Heart veteran actually, and he raced it for many years with his son. And his wife unfortunately passed away, and it was time for him to pass the car along. So we made a deal, and I was able to bring it home and go through everything, and had a lot of people help me out on it, and it's been a lot of fun.
What kind of horsepower are we looking at?
Depends on the setup. Currently, it's running about 1,100 horse.
So what gave you the idea to do this?
A lot of magazines, a lot of different TV shows. The pro street scene seems to be coming on pretty strong right now. So it was just something I always wanted. My father had a 71 Nova, and fortunately I was able to pick one up myself. So he's enjoyed seeing it and helping a lot with it, and it's been a lot of fun.
Does this actually have a hood?
Yes, it does.
I can see it right there where we go on. Right?
Today she wanted to take her top off. It's hot out.
I love it. Anything else you want to tell us about this car?
No, just again, thanks for everybody that's participated and helped out with this, because without them I wouldn't be able to have it done. So.
We saw you roll in, got a lot of eyes on it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's quite the head turner, and I hope people enjoy seeing it as much as we like driving it. So originally when the car was built, it was featured in Hot Rod magazine back in 1991, and it had a complete article written up about it, and that's all I can really say about that. And here's the original magazine it was in, and the gentleman we came here from the original car show knew about the car, and he knew more information I had, and one of the owners came up to me and said, he goes, "This was, I think, my old car." And he's like, "Let me get the pictures off my wall." And he sent them to me in the mail. And lo and behold, we started going through the chain of who owned it and everything else. And sure as it could be, it was the one. So it was pretty neat. Had a lot of good history with it. More history than I thought when I originally bought it. I mean, it's been sitting for 6-7 years in a garage, and it was pretty dusty when we got it.
Tell us your first name and last name. Where are you from?
I'm Ted DeRoss, and I'm from Croton Falls, New York.
Ted, you rolled in here this morning at the Adirondack Car Show with a steamer.
Yes, I did, a 1914 Stanley steamer.
Tell us all about it, how you acquired it, and why you acquired it.
I actually was in Hemmings Motor News is where I found it, and negotiated quite a while to get it, and we ended up with it. I've had it about a year and a half. I've been driving it regularly the last couple months, and it's kerosene-fired steam boiler. And it's a 2-cylinder steam engine, 10 horsepower, and it's a lot of fun.
How did you decide that a steamer was something that you wanted and try to pursue?
Well, I'm an old car nut, and I'm also by trade a steam boiler and oil burner mechanic. So the two really go together well in this car. So, with that background, it made it that much easier for me to operate it and learn. how to use it.
Do you know how many previous owners and what the path this car has gone on?
Yes, actually, I have a history on the car back to 1930, and old registrations, pictures, and I don't know how many now. There's a dozen, I would say, owners over the years since 1914.
We get a lot of young people that watch our YouTube videos on Sport Car USA. For somebody that's never, ever experienced something like this, how would you describe it?
It's unlike a gas engine car. It's very quiet when you're rolling and moving. It accelerates without any exhaust noise to speak of. It'll do 45 miles an hour. It's not a fast car. It's more fun, and it's just it's like a time machine.
Would you be able to fire it up for us? Is that a big process?
It's a bit of a process. It takes a while to do that, and then once I make the steam, you really want to drive it. So,
when we see you next time driving out of here, we're gonna take some good shots.
I'd be happy to do it when I'm ready to do it, and tomorrow we'll be here again, and I'll have I have a nice framed history of the car with the pictures and everything.
With me now is Dennis Gage. Dennis, tell us all about you, because a lot of viewers have not seen you, but most have, believe it or not.
No, I think most have. I've been doing this for 28 years. I started out as a child. But yeah, I mean, I've been doing the car thing since the early days of cable.
Tell us about your show.
I go all over the world and I do car shows and I do car collections and meet cool people and learn from everybody I talk to.
Where can people see your show?
Oh boy. Well, my main network is Motor Trend on Saturday mornings, but we're, of course, a big YouTube channel and we stream on Pluto and we're on Revin and a lot of places, actually.
Dennis, you've been to a lot of car shows, as you've mentioned. Have you ever been here before?
A decade ago we shot here, yeah. And it's every bit as cool as it was then.
Yeah. So today you're just kind of like looking around and talking to people and checking out their rigs?
Well, I'm shooting a show.
You're shooting a show? Okay, but we could be in the show now, right?
Well, I don't know about that, Lee, but, but I'm in this show, and that's cool.
Yeah. So what's the coolest car show you've ever been to?
Oh, man, it's hard to say. I would say probably the most unique is probably cruising the coast down at Mississippi Gulf Coast. I mean, it's 10,000 cars, and it's a 10-day-long insane party.
What kind of cars are you really into that you really stop and it's like, oh, I love that car?
Oh, so it's the ones with the four wheels and the internal combustion engine. Yeah.
Did you see the steam car over here?
I've done a lot of steam cars with Leno. Yeah. He's a big steam nut.
Yes.
They terrify me.
What do you think about the electric movement?
I think it's inevitable. I think the electric cars will kick the ass of any muscle car that was ever built. They're fast.
Won't we miss the sound, though?
I can record it.
Yeah. Okay, all right. So you're going to be here all day today and tomorrow?
That's the plan.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for being with us. It's a true honor and pleasure to meet you.
Sure, Lee. My pleasure.
All right.
Nice seeing y'all.
Jim Leslie. I'm from Old Bridge, New Jersey.
Jim, what did you bring to the big car show today in Lake George?
I brought a 1950 Ford customized small block Chevy. A lot of custom work done. French headlights, doorknobs, antennas, tail lights, rounded the hoods, deck lids, doors. A lot of work went into it.
How long have you had it?
I've had it since 2000, and it was painted in 2000, so it's getting a little tired looking now.
How did you find it?
It was in the yard, pretty bad shape. You could look through the windows, right through the floorboards of the car. Grass was growing up through it. Must have had 100 dents in the roof, like somebody took a golf ball. But it was sorry shape. I didn't think I'd have enough time to finish it. Took me a couple of years.
Was this a car that you dreamed about? It was on your bucket list?
No, it was a car that was available at the time, and we had nothing to do, so we figured let's get it and see what we could do with it.
So you must have had great vision, like this could be like this someday.
Absolutely. You have to have some sort of vision before you start. You have to have a direction to start in. So that's, we did have some sort of direction. We had done a few Fords and Mercurys over the years, 10, 15 years.
Do you know the history of the car?
No. It was, the guy was happy to get $500 for it, and he shook my hand all the way to the wrecker. So
Some things are best left alone.
absolutely. I don't know where it came from, but I know where it's going to stay at least till I'm here.
Don't you always wish that cars could talk?
Yeah, you could probably find out a lot more what happened to them and how they got to where they were at.
We're here at the Adirondack Car Show. We found a beautiful Z28. Tell us your name and where you're from.
Henry Patno from Harwinton, Connecticut.
Henry, tell us all about your Z28.
I bought it out of upstate New York a couple of years ago, and I brought it home. I was just going to paint it because I had a car like this in high school, and I just wanted something to drive around. And so once I got into it, the floors were rotted, so I cut the floors out. I bought a rotisserie, put it on a rotisserie, put the floors in it, took the vinyl top off, and the front of the roof was rotted. So instead of fixing it, I just cut the roof off, found a donor car, put the roof back on it, welded it on, and then it just snowballed into a big money pit. So I just put it back together, and here it is.
So this was a lot more than you bargained for originally.
Oh God, yeah. I could have bought one. I could have bought 3 of them for the time and money I have into it.
But now that it's all put together, looking as beautiful as can be, you're pretty proud of it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm proud of it. A lot of hard work.
Any particulars about the vehicle you can tell us about, like the engine, the horsepower?
I put everything back to original, stock original, the air pump, everything, right down. I tried to get every nut and bolt back to factory original, but so that's about it.
Do you know the history of the car at all? How many owners,
No,
where it's from?
Like I say, I bought it off a farmer, had it out in the field up in upstate New York. That's all I know about the car.
I love watching car shows where they find vehicles in barns and fields.
Yeah, this was a field car. I mean, there was grass and trees growing up through the floor. I thought I could just patch it, and drive it.
Yeah.
But it didn't. It took me a long time because I just learned as I went. I don't have any body work experience or nothing. I just
Did you ever want to give up on it? Like, I can't do this.
trial and error. No, I never. Once I start something, I mean, no matter the cost, whatever it is, I just keep. I had to paint the car 3 times before I got it right.
Yeah.
That was a big expense. But decals, putting the decals on, that was another twice. I had to do that twice. But you get the air bubbles out and stuff. It's not easy, but.
It's a process for sure.
Okay, well, I'm John Kanasic from Agawam, Massachusetts. This is our 1978 Pontiac Trans Am that we're the second owners of. We've owned it since 2003, did a complete restoration on it. It's matching numbers with the exception of the color change. It was the originally platinum gray with the hood bird delete. So this is like the 7th one over since I graduated high school in '81 that I've had. Never had a black on black, so I made one.
So are we talking Smokey and the Bandit now?
Oh yeah, of course. Got to have the whole, got the hat, the cooler, the jacket. Got to go the whole way.
But Sally Field's not here, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
So tell us the history on this car. You said you're the second owner. Where did it originate?
It actually originated in my hometown. A very good friend of our family bought it brand new in the summer of 1978, and I actually had a ride in it. The very first Firebird I ever had a ride in, and that's what started my love for him.
How many miles on it?
Now 73,000 or so, but again, it's restored, so that kind of goes out the window.
Horsepower?
About 375. It's a little over. It's the W72 400 package that they offered. It was a performance option in 77, 78, and it was the only 400 in 79. They said 235 from the factory, but we punched it up a little bit.
Now, in the movie Smokey and the Bandit, Burt Reynolds used to fly over certain objects. Has this thing ever flown?
No. Only on the lift going up to try to fix something.
All right. Anything else you want to tell us about this beautiful Trans Am?
Not that I can really think of. Other than that, W72 package was a $75 option in 1978, which gave you the bigger horsepower 400, the 4-speed transmission and the 342 rear end.
I'm guessing this one's not for sale.
No, not yet.
Not yet. All right, so just tell us your first name. Well, tell us your whole name and where you're from.
Ed Silvestri from Clifton, New Jersey.
Ed, it's great to be at the Adirondack Car Show. You brought a very special car. It's your baby, isn't it?
Yes.
Tell us about it.
It's a 33 Chevy, four-door sedan. Got a Pontiac engine in it, 68 goat motor, Corvette rear. It's been on the road since '91. Street rodded. Before I had that before.
You know the history of it? How many owners? That kind of thing?
No.
Do you want to know the history?
I don't need to.
Yeah.
I've had it for 30-something years already, so.
And is this the type of car that you always wanted, or you just came upon it?
I sort of came upon it way back. Then we put it together, me and my wife, drive it up to Maine, Bar Harbor, and all over places. It's been a lot of places.
Yeah.
So, and that's it.
A lot of memories.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah. And more to come.
More to come, because I'm probably going to have it another 20 years.
Yeah.
Barbara Makita from Fairfield, New Jersey.
Barbara, you told me just a little while ago that this car came to your house in pieces.
Yes, it did. That's why we named it the Blue Puzzle.
Tell us about that day.
Well, that day my husband brought it home, and it was on the back of a flatbed, and my mother-in-law, God rest her soul, she saw it and she says, "What is that? It looks like a big puzzle." So hence the name Blue Puzzle. That's the license plate in the back, BLUPUZ.
Did your husband tell you that he was coming home with this on a flatbed?
Yes, because it was a barn find, and it's just a cool car. It's a great driver. It's AC in it. It works, you know. It's just a great driver.
How many years have you had it?
We had it about 5 years now.
Did you pick out the color?
No, that's the original color that it was. So we're gonna probably keep it and redo it. You could see it's a little primed, but we're gonna try to make it look nice one day.
What's the furthest, or where is the furthest you've ever been with this car?
The furthest? Oh my goodness. Let me see. Kentucky. Yeah.
Was that a good trip?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It really was. We went to the Nationals out there. Crazy. A lot of cars.
We have to give your
should go.
Yeah, we are going. We have to give your husband credit. Tell us his name.
Gary Makita.
So we noticed on the front of this car, Barbara, it looks like a tooth.
Yes, the story with the tooth is when my husband got the car, I said it looked like an old man with no teeth. So Ed Silvestri over here, he said, let's make a tooth. And they made a tooth and they put it in. So I can't say it's an old man with no teeth anymore.
You said your grandkids won't let you take that tooth off?
Any kids, the kids in the car shows. I don't have any grandbabies yet. My sons ain't married, but the kids love it, so we're keeping it.
It's the first car I've ever seen with a tooth.
Yes, and also it's called the Blue Puzzle because my niece has autism. And in the back, there's a puzzle for autism.
That is totally awesome. Thanks again, Barbara.
Ron Pomacher from Colebrook, New York, down by Hinckley. It's actually Herkimer County, down by Hinckley Lake.
Ron, we just saw you pull in with this beautiful yellow and black Camaro. The license plate says?
Smoke 'em up.
You come up with that?
It's not this kind of smoke 'em up. It's, you know what I mean. I'm just breaking your, yeah. No, actually, I bought the car in Maryland about 15 years or so ago, and I didn't want to change the name of the ship, and that's what he had for a Maryland plate, and I was lucky to get a New York State plate like that.
So you have to tell me, have you smoked them up?
No, look at my back tires, you can
exactly.
tell. Yeah.
So walk me through the car, tell me about it.
No, it's a 468, 520 horsepower. That's all I need, and it used to be, believe it or not, it used to be a very pretty pink, but I'm not a pink man, you know. And that's not black, that's purple.
I'm colorblind.
Yeah, no, it's a purple color.
Thanks for clarifying that.
Other than that, yeah, I love the car. I don't have to tinker with it. It's dependable. I trailer it up, tow it with my 99 Chevy truck that's only got 80,000 miles on it. But I love the car, and I bought it in Maryland. And I had the pink taken off in like 13 years ago, and that's 13 years old, the paint on it.
The history on the car, how many owners?
Well, just I think one owner, because I bought it in Maryland I found it on eBay or whatever it was, and then I went down and I met the guy and his wife, and they wanted to sell it. They used to drag race it, and I'm not, you know what I mean, I'm not into that, but it's a drag raceable car. It's got 411 gears, and it's all narrowed in the back, and it's got a 49-inch rear end in it and everything, so it's streetable.
With a car like this, you're at a red light. How many times has somebody come up on the side of you and started revving their engines?
Many times. And many times the Warren County Sheriff, hey, Ron, aren't you too old to be out here horsing around? But I said, I don't feel old when I'm in this car. You know what I mean? And like you say, my age and stuff, I don't do it all the time. You can get carried away, you know. And I respect the law, too, you know.
My name is Greta Brink. I'm from Blairstown, New Jersey. And we came here. It took us about 4 hours to get here. My husband has a 1965 Pontiac GTO, and then this is my brother's car, Alan Westra.
I think your brother just reported it stolen.
Oh, did he?
So it's your brother's car, but you know enough about it. Tell us about this car.
So he got it when he was a sophomore in high school. He got it from my neighbor's house. He built it pretty much from the top down. It's a 1969 Dodge Super B. It's got a 440 in it, rebuilt, and that's about it.
So there has to be a story why your brother let you have it for this weekend at the Adirondack Car Show.
No story.
You just decided to come and say, hey, can I use your car?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, he's actually here. We actually had a power steering issue, so he's going to the speed shop to see if we can get a new hose.
Okay. Well, we're going to call the police department, tell them that this car has not been stolen, and it's in good hands.
Okay, thank you.
Raymond Smith, Moreau, New York.
Ray, what a beautiful color on this Montego.
Thank you very much. It's a Mazda color, winning blue.
Is it a color that you've always liked, or you just came upon it?
We went through a bunch of color patches and found it's what matched I like the best for that car.
Tell us all about your Montego.
Well, it's originally out of California. No patches. We restored the whole thing. It's got a 351 Cleveland Cobra jet in it. This is the second time it's been to this show.
That's a good size engine right there.
Yeah. Runs good, fun to drive, good size car, handles well. It's.
Do you take it to all the car shows, or is it a daily driver?
No, just car shows, cruise-ins and that type of thing. It's just fun to use.
Yeah. Now, do you know the history on it? You said it came from California. Do you know how many previous owners? Do you know how long people owned it, what they did with it?
Well, as far as I know, the story I got is it sat in California till 2017. And a guy in Michigan bought it, and he was going to restore it, and he was restoring a Trino and needed money to fix the Trino, so this went up for sale. And I had a 73 Montego in high school, and it always wanted another one, and so I ended up with this one.
Yeah, I knew somebody who worked at Shakey's Pizza, and he had one just like this, and I tried to borrow it as often as possible.
Yeah, they're fun to drive. They're good to get out and cruise with, and we're going to do some cruising tonight.
Any future plans for this car? You like it the way it is now?
I'm really happy with the way it is right now. It runs good, drives good, it does everything it should.
My name is John Milza. I'm from Queensbury, New York.
John, you having a good time at the Adirondack Car Show?
Yes, I am.
All right, the fun's just begun.
Oh, yeah, there's still another full day tomorrow to go.
Looks to me like you've got a GTO. Tell me all about it.
Yes, I do. It's a 72 GTO. I bought it back in 2003. It has the original 400 engine, M22 Rock Crusher transmission, 355 posi rear end. It's a great car.
What about the history on this vehicle?
I don't know. I know it was originally sold in Latham, New York at Smith Pontiac, so it's always been a local car. I don't know how many owners into it I am. It was originally Cardinal Red. During some restoration work I did on it, when we stripped back the paint, it had been also previously orange, and then this color now is called Lucerne Blue.
All right.
I'm sorry, no. I forget which blue it is. I'm sorry.
It's blue, though.
Oh, it is blue, yeah. Yep.
What are the future plans for this vehicle?
I'd like to do some more body work on it. There's some rust in places. I need to replace the quarter and a door. Yeah, but it's a project. Takes time, little bit every year.
I love the white interior.
Oh, me too. It's so much cooler on a hot day like today.
Very classic.
Yeah. Yeah.
John, thanks for joining us today.
So my name is Lindsay Messina. I'm from Waterloo, New York.
Lindsay, we're at the Adirondack Car Show. We've been here a few years. This right here, Ashley Lynn Winery, seems to be a very popular choice here today.
Yes, it is. We are, as I said, we're from Waterloo, New York, and we. Shoot.
Tell us about the winery and what you're serving today.
So today we have raspberry chillbilly and we have strawberry lemonade.
So is it just a wine, or is it like with ice, or do you mix it with anything?
Nope. So our wines we don't use soda, we don't use ice. We use these 812 machines that, well, basically you put the mixture in and it makes, oh my God, you caught me.
Makes it special.
It makes it special, yes.
Very special.
Yes, very special.
Okay. All right.
We can't tell you the special ingredients.
Anything else you want to tell us about the winery?
So we offer at our Waterloo location a bunch of different things. Not only do we have wine, we have a whole selection of different wines. Dries, semi-sweets, sweets, wine slushies, of course, but we also have wine shakes. So it's literally a milkshake with wine in it.
As soon as I put this microphone down, I'm coming back.
You better.
How's it going? I'm Lou Lombardo, Ultimate Restoration, Danbury, Connecticut. Ultimate Creations. I started this little side business with my son, Zach Lombardo, taking old motor and transmission parts, welding them together, and making some good crafts out of it.
So every one is unique and different?
Every single piece. Every single piece is built out of our minds or other people's minds. For instance, we took a flywheel and we cut it like a pizza and we made shelf brackets out of that one. The cross is made out of Kia camshafts and a bunch of gears from transmissions.
At Sport Car USA, we go to a lot of car shows, and one of them is called the Kingman Classic in St. Albans, Vermont, and we have to present a trophy. And usually the trophy has like a piston or two or something like that. Sounds like right up our alley here.
Oh yes, I got some beautiful pistons over there. 350 Chevy, 454 Chevy, all ready to go.
Yeah. How did you come up with this idea?
Big Al's Toy Box did a lot of motors, and I got a lot of parts from his family.
How many years have you been at the Adirondack Car Show?
This is my first real year. I'm going to tell you, I'm coming back every year.
Everything's going well.
Beautiful.